Most New Year's resolutions don't even last a month. Actually, some studies say that 16 to 17 days into the month of January is where most people fall off. Now, I have been adamant that I will not fall into these statistics this year. When I look back at 2024, there's a lot of things that I am proud of, that I did accomplish, but it still pales in comparison to what I really want to get done as a whole. So in this video, I want to talk about how we can actually reach all our goals and set ourselves up to win in 2025. So I have been on researching, reading about how to really improve this the last 4 months. And what's made this so painfully clear is that I've been using someone to be accountable to in terms of my goals and what I'm trying to accomplish. And it is a shame to have to show up every single month and fall short of what you said you were actually going to do. So going through a couple of references, I came across this video. And funny enough, it wasn't the video that got me, but it was one of the top comments. Someone talks about we fail at goals because we fail to set proper goals in the first place. And in that moment, I was like, this is the truest thing I've heard in a long time. We often set goals as a person we want to become rather than setting goals as a person on our way to becoming the person we want to become. Now, it's subtle, but it's a huge difference. The person we want to be has spent so much time, so many years becoming that person and sets goals accordingly. We have to have the same mindset. We need to focus on being consistent first before being able to do these big goals of that person who's already at the end game, basically, at our end game. This brings into the very first thing we have to do. In whatever pace is sustainable, we have to figure out how to show up consistently. So let's say it's for better fitness. You know someone that is very fit. They work out maybe 4 or 5 times a week. They go to the gym for maybe about 90 minutes. They have days where they work on certain parts of their body. Maybe they have full body days where they're working everything in their body. All you want to figure out is how to show up to the gym for those 4 or 5 days. Now that 4 or 5 days can start out with 5 to 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. You want to look to increase that slowly. Just be there for the time. Then once you get there for the time, and then you start being able to spend the 60 minutes in the gym. Then now we're going to go in and optimize your diet. Then we're going to optimize your workouts. A lot of times we're optimizing for the perfect results rather than just results that are going to keep you going. So that is the most important thing. Figure out in your way, at your pace, how you can keep showing up, because that's going to give you the chance eventually to get to the perfect workouts and the perfect diet. It is so easy to want to get into that burnout mode of going all in right away. But the problem is you have to stop thinking yourself as an exception and rather think yourself that you're not an exception to the rule, that most people do burn out, and you want to put yourselves in positions and in places where you're not going to allow yourself to burn out so you can consistently keep moving. Now that is the exceptional thing to do. Rather than trying to be the exception to the rule, the easy way out is to just burn yourself out. The hard part is how to pace yourself so you never have to stop. And that's what we want to get to. Especially if we're talking about goals we've never accomplished before, you have no idea of the energy and the time it's going to take you to be able to show up consistently long term. And even for goals you may have completed in your past, being in a new life cycle, married, unmarried, kids, no kids, full-time job, in school, all these things make a difference to the energy and the time and the focus you can actually show up with, that you have to treat those things with respect to make sure that you're giving yourself a chance to actually win and follow through. So once we've learned how to show up consistently and we're slowly increasing the stuff on our plate, I would always tell people to start with the SMART goal framework, which would be specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time-bound. This is a great place to actually eliminate terrible goals and terrible ideas and get closer to where we actually want to be in terms of what we're trying to accomplish. Know though, with even the SMART goal framework or any other framework that helps you set goals, your first goals will not be your best. They will not be the best way to use your time. It won't be the best way for you to actually go about completing something. And if you're okay with it being okay and you knowing that you're gonna need to adjust as you go, I think you're gonna be in a great place to continue on and not actually quit on your goals. And if you're able to spend a special attention on those last two, which would be realistic and time-bound, that's really gonna help you set your goals, of course, realistically. And time-bound allows you to take advantage of that new beginning effect, where every day, month, week, you're invigorated with this new motivation to go get your goals. So when you set a goal and maybe it's not working for you the last month, you know you have a new month to readjust, to figure out what's actually gonna work for you. And if you do that every month you'll be closer and closer to your actual goals and to where you're really trying to be. I hope this helped you. If it did, please like and subscribe. Go create, be great. Peace.